Thank you for being here today. I'm Prianca Ravichander from Technotree. I head partnerships and ecosystems. I'm joined here today with Biswajit. He heads our technology board, and we're very excited to be here as partners of Microsoft in the Envision Summit to share our thoughts with you about the future of BSS. Technotree is a 40-year-old BSS company with operations all across the globe. We're headquartered in Helsinki and have a design center in Tampere. We have clients across the Latin American continent, Africa, Middle East, and Asia Pacific. So we're really excited to be here. Let's get started.
Hi, Priyanka. Pleasure to be with you, and very happy to be part of this event. Priyanka, you have been observing the market very closely, being responsible for partnerships and ecosystem for Technotree. What are some of the most important market drivers that you are observing in the market?
No, that's a really valid question. We see that the telecom industry today is rapidly evolving, and it's changing, because of light speed technology and innovation. Industry today is redefining its parameters and poses a lot of opportunity for growth. Even though telecom industries have grown in terms of volume, we haven't seen that translate into revenue growth. And that's probably because of overcapacity, where supply has outrun demand in some markets. And also because OTT providers and big tech companies pose challenging business models to telecom operators that drive race to the bottom pricing. So I think that in terms of digital transformation with respect to the telecom industry, revenue growth is going to be a main focus area. And also we've seen that there's been tremendous transformation in the core business of a telecom operator, whether it's 5G, IoT, cloud-based solutions. Telecom operators are under pressure to launch newer services faster to market. And of course, Vishwa, it's very, almost impossible to predict the future. But as chairman of the technology board advising product strategies for leading telecom operators across the world, what do you see as important to keep in mind while designing a robust product strategy for the telecom industry today?
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's very difficult to predict the future, but absolutely essential to understand what are the market needs at the moment. And as you rightly pointed out, one of the most important aspects is the time to market and focus on offering new digital services and new revenue streams. And in order to do so, it is absolutely important that BSS applications are actually designed ground up for digital services. It's no longer possible to take legacy BSS applications and utilize those to actually perform the transformation. We at Technotree took the step to build a BSS applications which is designed ground up with industry standards to help our customers perform their transformation over a course of time and help them create those additional revenue streams utilizing the digital services and the digital ecosystem. The other very important aspect, I believe, is investment into cloud technologies. Cloud is often seen as just an infrastructure investment, but the truth actually is that with the advent of cloud technologies, DevOps, CI/CD, and all of these capabilities, what it allows us to do is perform transformations gradually and grow the infrastructure base over a period of time instead of focusing on one pre-committed investment. And it also helps in getting the time to market that is required by today's market. Another important aspect is microservices. It's very important that we do not see digital transformation as one large event, but we see it as a journey. And what microservices allows us to do is compose solutions for different problem statements at different point of time. Instead of having to transform the entire ecosystem of applications, focus on some of the key drivers and the key problem statements and transform those. So at Technotree, we have something called as dual speed transformation, where we help taking our customers from where they are to what is the desired state over a course of time by introducing microservices to help them transform on a gradual basis. So Priyanka, talking about the technology and microservices and cloud technology, they are only one part of the equation. It is also absolutely essential for us to look at what kind of digital services are actually out there, which are fruitful and which are essential for today's world. So how do you see this area? What are different services and different aspects that you see evolving in this space?
Absolutely. I think your answer was very eye-opening, and to follow from that, it's important to keep in mind that the 5G world, allows businesses a far greater range of functionality. And that is because of improvements in the core network capabilities of the service offerings that telcos are able to provide today. It encourages partners to create different kinds of bundled offerings across industry verticals, but also bundles with network connectivity services as well. This has actually created a CSP-led buyer-seller economy, and for which we require an end-to-end approach with respect to how we launch and deliver services to market across consumer lifestyle verticals and enterprise value chains. So this is exactly what we are trying to do at Technotree with Technotree Moments. We have a complete B2B to X digital commerce platform that has pre-integrated partners from healthcare, gaming, sports, esports, entertainment, and a whole host of other services as well for the enterprise as well as the business customers. And I think, Vishwa, I've just named everything under the book and described life as we know it. So how does one platform actually cater to so many different kinds of sectors and services at the same time?
Well, one very important aspect of today's digital world is that people are always connected, and we experience services across different platforms and across different form factors. It is no longer, if you look at the market today, people are no longer accessing applications just on the web or on mobile, but there are also new generation interfaces which are coming. There are AI-assisted interfaces where a part of the work is done by AI. There are completely virtual worlds such as the AR world and the virtual reality world. And it's extremely important for us to imagine the whole experience as one multi-experience platform. At Technotree, we've been focused on creating and investing in creating a new generation multi-experience platform where we focus on creating seamless transition from one form factor to another without actually losing the overall context. And it's extremely essential at this point of time for operations to think about services to be offered in such a world instead of just looking at one or two channels to offer their services. And we believe that's going to be extremely essential going forward. Priyanka, another very important aspect of these services is that, there are many digital services which are evolving and there are many aspects which are coming. But when we talk about the real world, what are some of the most important areas or sections that you are seeing as developing at this point of time?
That's a great question, Bishwa. So today, of course, we see a lot of demand, due to lockdowns and other things for, digital entertainment services. And, Technotree is focused on pre-integrating partners across TMT, entertainment, gaming sectors. But, we see that because of the pandemic, there's been a huge amount of technological innovation around the healthcare space. So whether it's IoT, connected health, cloud computing, AI, these technologies have actually caused a shift in the method in which we actually treat patients. And we see that patient care is now moving completely outside the hospital at an accelerated pace, which actually means that there's a lot of consolidation of medtech, healthcare, enterprise, and provisioning for healthcare services across the globe. So slow network speeds in this kind of centralized system can be a huge problem, not just in terms of frustration, but also causing delay in diagnosis or incorrect diagnosis because it's not timely in nature. And that's why, it's no surprise that healthcare is one of the most promising sectors for, 5G and IoT services today. The range of 5G and IoT-enabled healthcare services can in fact vary from remote patient monitoring, guided biopsies, remote surgeries, and so much more. But Vishwa, I just talked about handling sensitive patient data, sensitive hospital information. Data today is at the heart of our economy, whether we're talking about Industry 4.0, transportation, manufacturing, consumers. So, is there some way that we could keep this data more secure and make it more efficient for enterprises and customers to move to the cloud in this rapidly transforming economy?
Absolutely, like you rightly pointed out, all these services that you're mentioning, whether it is edtech or medtech, they are so deeply ingrained into our lives. It's absolutely paramount that we focus on privacy of data. And this is where some of the innovations which are coming from our partners, such as Microsoft's, is really helping. For example, Microsoft has the technology called Microsoft Azure Arc, which helps in running some of the workloads right from the country where it is essential to keep the data. At the same time, taking remaining workloads to the centralized cloud where you can actually run a multi-region strategy. So what that allows us to do is, while we are still keeping the sensitive data in the region, we can actually perform transformation. We can make these services available across different regions. And this also helps in imagining transformation as not just a country-wise transformation, but also enables us to actually perform and do transformation across different regions, especially for operators who have multi-opco operations per se. So I believe these are some of the things which are absolutely essential, and we at Technotree have been really focused on ensuring that the right data privacy elements are built into the product stack to make sure these are taken care. Thanks.
So yeah, I think that right now it's quite clear that a natively designed stack is going to be quite imperative for telcos to launch services on time, launch newer services based on the transformations that are happening today to the core network, and also optimize costs as well. Over and above that, it's very important to integrate different kinds of partners based on market demand that will create unique and richer experiences with bundled offerings of network services, pre-packaged with quality of service requirements within the service offering. So this has been quite enlightening. Thank you so much for being with us today. And if you have any further questions, please do contact us at marketing@technotree.com.